And for those of you who've kind of come a little late, I just want to remind you, we're not practicing golf claps, we're not practicing tennis claps, we're not practicing auditorium claps. We are responding with a raucous, excited, worthy of their amazing performance clap. So, let's welcome Emma. Woo!
Good evening. Is this on? It is?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. I would like to start this off by telling you a story. It's about Olivia and her Algebra 2 test on sinusoidal functions. Her heart is racing and her palms are sweating, and she can't focus on the test at all. Why is this? Well, anxiety causes an increase in cortisol in your brain. And here's the thing. She's not anxious because of the test. She's sitting next to this really cute boy named Mark. And she's all giddy inside, and last weekend, Mark asked her out on a date, and he asked her to be his girlfriend, and she said yes. Now, she's more nervous than she was before they started dating. And why is this? Well, when falling in love, there's an increase in cortisol, the stress hormone. And so Olivia isn't suffering from test anxiety, she's smitten for Mark. As the relationship continues to progress, if Olivia and Mark were put into what is called a functional MRI machine, and shown pictures of each other, 2 areas of the brain would light up. This reaction is showing the increase in dopamine released from her brain. Now, dopamine gives a feeling similar to that of being on alcohol and cocaine, that euphoric feeling. And it triggers a reward system in our brain that makes you happy. And so the longer that Olivia and Mark spend together, the more happy and giddy that they'll feel. Now, along with an increase of dopamine, there's also a decrease in serotonin. So this will explain the stereotypical, all-intrusive thoughts of love. And unfortunately, why Olivia failed her algebra test that day. But who can focus on a cosine curve when Mark is sitting right next to her? Now, on top of this, oxytocin and vasopressin are also hormones released when in love. Oxytocin, the love hormone, is responsible for the binding between a couple, making them feel closer together. And it also brings a calmness and a secure feeling to a relationship. So even if the love doesn't last, they can look back with fond memories in the future. Now, vasopressin is often associated with monogamous relationships, and it also deactivates the neural pathways associated with negative emotions. And so it is why the term love is blind happens. So even after sweaty basketball practice, Mark still thinks Olivia is the cutest girl on the team. The biochemical also causes the inactivation of neural machinery used to critically assess others. And so when all of Olivia's friends warn her against dating Mark because he has a mullet, she can look past this unfortunate fashion choice and still think he's the cutest guy. So oxytocin and vasopressin are very important for other functions in the body. But when we refer to the chemistry between 2 people in love, this is often the chemicals that we're talking about. So, just to recap, cortisol makes the beginning of the relationship anxious, makes them all nervous around each other. But then, as dopamine will activate the reward circuit within their brain that makes them happy, and serotonin levels decrease, so all they can think about is each other. Then, oxytocin will bind the 2 together into a calm, content feeling, and so they'll also love each other when they're not at their best. And vasopressin will take away some of the negative emotions so that they can blissfully enjoy each other's company all the way through senior year. But now let's take a look at Olivia's parents, Natasha and David. They've been married for 20 years, and they have 2 kids, Olivia and her 12-year-old brother, Joseph. Now, David is the coach of Joseph's baseball team. So every day he goes to work, and then goes to coach the baseball team and stop for dinner along the way because it's late and won't get home till 8:30. And then Natasha has to work all day as well. Then she picks Olivia up from school and brings her to tutoring, gymnastics, also picking up dinner on the way home, and she won't get home till about 8:30. Now, at this point, David and Natasha haven't seen each other since they woke up and left for work that morning. So this routine love can lead to what is called a rustiness phenomenon, when life gets in the way of what they had in the beginning, say what Olivia and Mark have. But this doesn't mean they don't love each other. It just means that their love is different and moved from this passionate love to a compassionate love. But if the two of them were placed into a functional MRI, just as Olivia and Mark had been, you would see the same reaction. From the same parts of the brain, when shown pictures of each other, dopamine will be released. Now, even though their day-to-day experience is different, the love of their chemistry of their love endures. So, I know that many people believe that the love of between two teenagers will be different than that of, say, a 20-year marriage, but on a chemical level, you get the same reaction. So, even though that the length or age of the relationship is different, it is still love, no matter the age. And the crazy thing about love is that it changes your neurochemistry. Thank you.